Want to know what Aries' biggest weakness is? Keep watching to find out. Not my crown! My crown! Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scorpio Ascendant. I'm your host and astrologer, Blake James. Today I'll be teaching you about Aries. Give this a like if you're pumped, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified every single time I post a new video, and let's get into Aries. Who do you think you are? You have tangled with the wrong sign. No one says no to an Aries. Darn right. Dismissed, rejected, publicly humiliated. Why, it's more than I can bear.
More beer?
What for? Nothing helps. I'm disgraced.
Who, you? Never. Aries, you've got to pull yourself together.
Gosh, it disturbs me to see you, Aries, looking so down in the dumps. Every sign here'd love to be you, Aries, even when taking your lumps. There's no sign on earth as admired as you. You're everyone's favorite sign. Everyone's odd and inspired by you, and it's not very hard to see why. No one's slick as Aries, no one's quick as Aries, no one's neck is incredibly thick as Aries, for there's no sign on earth half as daring. Perfect, a pure paragon. You can ask any air, earth, or water, and they'll tell you whose team they prefer to be on. No one's big like Aries, a kingpin like Aries. No one's got a swell cleft in their chin like Aries. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. My, what a sign, that's Aries. Give 5 hurrahs, give 12 hip hips. Aries is the best and the rest is all drips. No one fights like Aries, looms lights like Aries. In a wrestling match, nobody bites like Aries. For there's no one as pearly or brawny. As you see, I have biceps to spare. Not a bit of them scraggly or scrawny. And every last inch of me's covered with dare. No one hits like Aries, matches wits like Aries. In a spitting match, nobody spits like Aries. I'm especially good at the motivating. 10 more points for Aries. When I was a lass, I ate 4 dozen eggs every morning to help me compete. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs. So I'm always the champion that defeats. No one shoots like Aries, makes those buttes like Aries, then goes tromping around wearing boots like Aries. I wear hats, buns, and crowns for my wardrobe, honey. My, what a sign, Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac belt. Aries, also known as the Ram, or in the Bible, the Lamb of God. The youngest zodiac sign, the innocent lamb just freshly birthed into this new world. The Ram, or the Lamb, or the ewe, is the first sign of the zodiac belt. And they certainly act like it. And they deserve to act like it. I mean, come on, they were the first to volunteer to come into this crazy world. Well, maybe they pushed their way through, but that's besides the point. They are the beginning of life. They are the crown chakra. They are the act of ultimate service. The tools we need, the energy we need to survive. They are the fire, the gas, the electricity, the power and the drive behind every motive in life. They are life. In fact, their motto is, I exist. Aries season runs through March 20th to April 19th. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, All cardinal fire signs start seasons. Aries starts the spring season. And all fire signs are the movers and the shakers of the zodiac. Thus, Aries starts the moving and the shaking. They rock the boat, sometimes quite literally. They are the beginning of all life. Aries rules the first house in an astrological chart, which is the house of our body, especially our head, and our identity. What we're known for. Many Aries might like to wear hats and bandanas, sunglasses on their heads, or even a literal crown. To put Aries into a couple of analogies, they're like an extraterrestrial who is living their first incarnated life here on Earth. Everything is new to them, and they're super excited to try everything. Hey, let's do this! Or, yes, I want to try that! I can do that! I want to do that! And if all the zodiac signs were having a party together and Aries was the last to walk in, it would be as if someone at the party lit a pile of firecrackers off. At first, everyone would sort of jump, maybe even lose their breath, maybe even run and hide or duck. But then they would realize how magical and awesome the fireworks are, and their gazes would be hooked upon the fire exploding in the sky before them. Aries will be there for you if you really need them. They're your sign in shining armor. Here I come to save the day. Come with me if you want to live. I'll save you. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, the god of war. When I think of Aries, either of three pictures run through my head. One would be a gladiator in the Roman Colosseum. You know those guys that were brave enough to fight lions and tigers and for roaring crowds of people to show what they're made of? Yeah, those guys. Or I think of comic books, like Spider-Man or Wonder Woman. Someone who is amazing, powerful, and inspires us to do things that we thought were impossible. The third thing I think of when I picture Aries is the most realistic. A police officer, a firefighter, a lifeguard, or an athlete, someone who is willing to put their own life at risk to help you or inspire you. An extra bonus that actually might surprise a lot of people is that a lot of them can have some sort of artistic flair, like painting, drawing, carving, making jewelry, making furniture, or clothing. And they can really impress people by making physical art with their hands. But this is usually a talent they don't discover until they first become adults, or even in their 30s or 40s for some. Some may even turn into great storytellers in their old age, talking about the wild things they did when they were younger. And if they live beyond this, they could turn into the most caring and loving people you could ever meet. Their grandkids will look through old picture albums of their sweet little grandmother and say, "Hang on, is that you bungee jumping in that picture, Grandma? I never knew you ever did things like that." Aries are amazing motivators. They'll drag anyone out of a rut. Have no fear, Aries is here.
Huh, thank God you're here.
Have you ever had an Aries really help you out on something? If you did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Aries love to help, especially if you're doing worse than they are. Because to them, helping you is like a new challenge or a new game, and they love a challenge. In fact, they live for them. Helping someone is another great way to earn a new badge to add to their sash, another medal to hang on their wall, another trophy to put in their case, another activity to list on their resume, another opportunity for someone to praise them. You get the picture. Their motto? I exist, and don't you forget it. Their job here on Earth is to implement and enforce, to get the ball rolling. An example of them enforcing in a lighter way, they love to inspire people who need motivation and inspiration. You're out of ideas, you say? Well, you've come to the right guy or gal, let me tell you. I've got tons of great ideas. Woo-wee! Get a pen and some paper so you can write them all down. Huh? You want someone to tell you how to do something that you don't know how to do? Heck yeah, I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you how to do it even if I don't know how to do it. You see, this is an easy win for Aries. To give someone a hand, not only did they give some energy to that person, they can also remain on their pedestal now. An example of them enforcing in a bit of a darker way. What do you mean you have an idea? What sort of idea? What kind of plan is that? Are you sure you can handle that? You don't have a clue what you're doing, do you? If you know an Aries that ends up being hostile towards you and you're genuinely confused as to why, it could just be that they now see you as a challenge, but not in a charity case way like my example earlier, but now in a threatening way.
How am I a threat?
I just did something well that I'm proud of, like graduating or learning how to dance. I wasn't trying to threaten them, but that is a threat to them. They strive for the accolades, not anyone else, them. So don't feel guilty if they're suddenly, without warning, stomping around, insulting you, or just being unpleasant with you because you made them look bad. And now they're scared of you. They see you now as the new superhero in town, about to take away their most precious thing to them, their powers and their crown. Not my crown! My crown! But you're not off the hook yet. Did you purposely make them look bad? If the answer is yes, then I wholeheartedly agree with Aries. You do deserve their rage. There's no pride in purposely making someone look bad, no matter who you are. If the answer is, no, I just wanted to help someone who needed me at the time, or, no, I just genuinely wanted to strive for something, then they can huff and puff their heads off, because sometimes others are allowed to dress up as a superhero too.
But Blake, aren't you being a wee bit hard on Aries?
Listen, all the signs have a light side and a dark side, and trust me, I will get to each and every one of you.
But Blake, I know someone competitive, and they're not an Aries.
Well, this is when there could be so many other factors. Pisces and Aquarius and even sometimes Capricorns can reach certain points in their lives where they can get super envious and outright angry at others for being praised. That being said, everyone's chart is different and their progressions are different. Like a fingerprint, each person on this planet is unique, and you can certainly tell how unique they are from their astrological charts. If you're ever interested in diving deep into the story of your life and getting very specific details on why your life is the way it is, book a personal reading with me to find out. Not only will I show you what's happening, but I can also work with you on how to avoid or overcome certain obstacles or help you heal some painful trauma in your life. And I'll speak plainly about it without using confusing astrological jargon or terms that are just meaningless to you. Check out my website for more details and prices. It's a really good deal and only the 10th of the price of other astrologers. It would give me great pleasure to help you, and I look forward to hearing from you and transforming you to greater heights. And that, my friends, is all about Aries. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, and perhaps share it with someone who you think might enjoy it. Did you find this information helpful? Do you understand Aries a little bit better now? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious what your opinion on Aries is. You can find new videos about astrology here every week. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or want to chat about astrology, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. If not, I'll see you next week.